How has Haruki Murakami inspired your approach to developing a storytelling career?
First of all, the fact that he didn't write his first book until he was, he was about 30, I think 31 years old, something like that, managing a jazz club in Tokyo. And he just decided that he could write a book and that's something he could do. And so he did. And it was well received. It won a contest. And he wrote another one. And it took, I think, 2 or 3 books, maybe 4 books in before his friends told him that he could stop managing the jazz club. Like, he didn't have to do that anymore. And that was pretty inspiring, that he just decided to go for it. And obviously he's a very talented man, but I love the way that he tells a story. It's he doesn't often go with the kind of Western Joseph Campbell 3-act story structure. You have your chapter 1 is you're establishing your characters and et cetera, et cetera. In chapter 2, you have all of your danger and the hero's at his lowest. In chapter 3, you go through all your conflict resolution, et cetera, et cetera. He's very much like one of my favorite American authors, Paul Auster, in that he just kind of goes with the characters and the narrative and wherever they take him and just figure out what's going to happen, no matter how weird it gets. And he has an amazing clarity of his writing and a sort of simplicity that, you don't get so bogged down in language that you can take all of these strange things going on for, as fact. You're willing to buy it. That is classically described as the willing suspension of disbelief. It's not something easy to achieve. Mm-hmm. It's very easy for a reader to say, like, I'm not buying that. Yeah. But with in a lot of Murakami stories, and as well as Paul Auster and a lot of other kind of more modern American and modern fiction authors, Edgar Keret is an Israeli writer, kind of fantastic, slightly fantastical, sort of this nouveau magical realistic, but not necessarily so, or pseudo fantastic. I don't know exactly how to describe it, where you have elements of strange things going on. Mm-hmm. But in a very real sort of setting, and you just want to go with it. And so the simplicity of his language and his just very basic storytelling ability, that he's able to get you from one point to the next, and then when you're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points down the road, you look at what's been happening in the story and like, that is bizarre. Like, I can't believe I got from to A to Z or A to Q at this point, but you're along for the ride, and I definitely really appreciate that. And I don't necessarily try to emulate that, but it's definitely something that I find very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.